But I agree with Gammy. I just need people to know, okay? I did not cheat on Will Smith, no matter how sad he looked at that table. And when you read this book, you will kind of get an understanding of why the red table even happened in the first place. Yeah.
Straight to it. If I put in the title, you're going to get it right away. I'm not going to make you wait and, oh my gosh, you just clickbait. No, I get straight to it. So let's continue. What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. Now, Jada is on a book tour. With book tours, you will be asked questions in interviews and all of that. So Jada is not just randomly talking about her personal life. She's on a book tour, and this is what you do. The reason why I'm posting a second video, if you missed my opinion in my first video on Jada, please click the very first link in the description below to go ahead and watch that video. There are other links in there as well that will take you to my boutique to shop and support the channel. And also, if you want to subscribe to my members only, those links are in there as well. But back to Jada. I rock with Jada. She's a queen and she's simply misunderstood. What I'm noticing a lot of is people focusing on certain moments and not so pleasant things that happened in her life from the book, and those are the only headlines. Negative, negative, negative. Okay, so she was on Facebook Live, and I figure out, why not post some of the positive, even though there are some negatives and she's very transparent. But why not post the part where she's talking about her husband Will Smith being by her side, standing by her, being there for her?
Oh, that's a good question. Heather asked you, did you have an emotional hangover after writing? And did it take a bit to center yourself after that? Heather, that's a great question. Come on through, because guess what? The answer to that is yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have an emotional hangover, just the thought of going through all of that and what's coming afterwards. Yeah, it's like I had an emotional hangover big time, and I'm still in the process of centering myself. It's difficult to share your journey in this way, but I'm so, I feel so blessed to have my family, my kids, to have Will. Will has been by my side through this journey, and really holding me down. So it's been beautiful because he did the process. So he prepared me for what was to come. Like, he's like, you're gonna come across some stuff and it's gonna be really hard. Be gentle if you gotta, take some days off and not write, so he really helped me along the way on the process. Yeah.
So all of the, oh my goodness, poor Will Smith, as if, like I said in the last video I posted, that this man have no clue what his wife is talking about. He's been right there with her, as you can see from the thumbnail on the screen in that video I posted in the first video. He's there by her side, cheering her on, and all of them are screaming, wordy, 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 which is the title of her book. He's saying, clap her in, and all of that. So she keeps embarrassing him, poor Will. Poor Will been by her side this entire time. But however, this right here doesn't fit the narrative. So of course, this segment isn't going to be plaster everywhere, okay? But that's the thing about me, and that's what makes me different. If we're going to post the negative, post the positive, post both sides where this woman and her husband are clearly doing great. Yes, they went through their separation, but he's been by her side. So there's no poor Will or poor anything, because he's fully aware of everything that's happening. Some of those blog pages are not going to post this part where she's talking about Will being by her side, because it doesn't fit their narrative. Why not post the part where she's talking about they are in a beautiful place? Why not post the part where she's talking about she's finally happy, and she's happy where her marriage is in a direction it's heading in? Why not post the part where she's talking about they went through their separation, and for a long time, this is the best they have ever been within their relationship? Why not post that part? Why only post the, oh, Jada said this and Jada said that? I previously stated because it doesn't fit the Wicked Witch Monster Jada narrative, okay? That's why you're here. I'm absolutely going to post that part. So let's get into Jada talking about that.
Somebody asked if there's an opportunity of Will and I to get back together. I'm trying to look. And, you know, Will and we're family. And I know that we've talked about, you know, with the Today Show was like this big separation. Mm-hmm. And we had been separated, you know, and you guys didn't know it because we didn't feel like it was something to share because we were trying to figure out what that meant. Right. And then, you know, different things has transpired over the last 2 years, and Will and I have been doing a lot of healing together, and you know, have made our way back to this interdependence, and, right, you know, this beautiful, loving space between us. And so there's a lot of things. Family. And we're still family. And still family. That's it. And we're family, and we're figuring it out. And it's a beautiful figuring it out. Right. It's been beautiful. So. Right. Got a lot of love. Donetta wants to know, where are you at in your next chapter of life? I'm in a place of peace. I'm in a place of happiness. And in all honesty, I love where I am as far as Will, my relationship with him. You know, like we went through that long period of separation. Yes. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to journey separately and do some journeying together. And it just seems as though we've come to a really, really beautiful place together. So I'm happy. Yeah, that's where I am in this chapter of my life. I am finally happy. Yeah. And I think a lot of people want to spend a lot of time trying to understand. Don't you do it. Your relationship with Will, and you won't. Yeah, you won't. And it's not for everybody. But what you need to get from this is how important it is for people to create the relationships that work for them, and be willing to step outside the box to create that. Right. Because the relationship is between you and Will. Well, I think at the end of the day, what people have to worry about is, what do you need for your happiness? Yeah. And not, what does it need to look like? You know? Yeah. Because y'all spend a lot of time in what it needs to look like. That's right. And so now it's just, you got to find what your truth is. Right. Live in that and be happy. Do you feel you are now living in your true, authentic self? Linda wants to know. Linda, yes, I feel like I'm living in my true, authentic self. And let me tell you, authenticity ain't popular. You know what I mean? And so that part, really getting the courage and the strength to live as in your truth, in your own skin, and live your life as you see best. And it took me, I'm 52 years old. Yeah, and I'm 70, and I'm still struggling with that. I think we're all going. I think that's the journey. Mm-hmm. That's the journey. Yeah, you know, that's the journey. Wow, did I just say I'm turning 70? Let me tell you, October 18th, Gammy is 70. What? Look at this. Yeah. Girl, you better give me all that for 70. We'll be in Baltimore on October 18th for the book tour there. Yeah, and we're going to be celebrating this beauty. So Wanda says, you inspire me with your courage. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Wanda. I am doing so good. You know, I've been carrying a lot for a long time. Well, let me just say this. It was still kind of painful. Mm-hmm. You know, yours is not it's not a happy story. Right. But I do want to start out as your mama. Right. To clarify some things, because I'm a little tired of all the vitriol being thrown your way. I'm sick of it. Right. And I just want to say that, when you guys decided to separate, okay, that was a decision that both of you made. You're both separated. You did not cheat on Will. Right. You're both parties are living their lives, both. Okay, so it's not just you. Right. And I need to make that really clear. Right. Because I'm a little sick of that foolishness. I got you, Gam. I understand. All right. I understand. I love Will to death. He's my guy. He's right. We are family. And I think the other thing that people need to be clear about is that this is not a tell-all. Yeah. Right. This is not what this book is about. Madison wants to know, are you feeling a sense of relief getting this out into the world? Like you're getting something off your chest? You know what? I am. I am feeling a sense of relief. I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean? But I am in a certain manner. I feel like a lot of assumptions have been made about me. Absolutely. And I get it. I mean, I've helped with some of those assumptions along with, what happened at the red table. And I know there's still a lot of confusion around that. You really got to get the book to kind of understand because it's complicated. That's a complicated moment, as complicated as the Oscar moment. But, it's like I had to wait to talk about certain things because you needed so much context and so much history in order to really understand what was happening. But I agree with Gammy. I just need people to know, okay? I did not cheat on Will Smith, no matter how sad he looked at that table. And when you read this book, you will kind of get an understanding of why the red table even happened in the first place. Yeah. What was the hardest chapter for you to write? Somebody is asking. Oh, the hardest chapter for me to write. There were so many. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was a lot that was difficult. The hardest chapter for me to write. Maybe the stuff about Pac. Unmourned loss, I would say, was the hardest chapter. Unmourned loss. And that was a chapter full of a string of losses that I had at one time, including losing Pac. So that was a really hard one.
This is a perfect place to jump in and make an example. I posted all of the positive things that she said about her husband, Will Smith, and how he was there for her, and how he is still there for her, and how they are in a happy place, and all of that, okay? Now, the blog pages, for example, would ignore all of those things that I posted, the positive with the negative, and their headline would be, Jada said writing up a Tupac was the hardest chapter to write in her book, not the other parts about her husband almost going through a divorce and everything else. But once again, she's talking about Tupac. If you listen to her closely, she said not just about him, but she went through a string of losses. But as you can see, people listen, respond, and run with this disgusting narrative, and they do not listen to fully understand what she's trying to say, because in their mind, she's the villain, she's bringing clicks, views, and engagement. So whatever, let's keep running with this narrative and keep racking up them checks. And this is just me speaking in general. I'm not coming for anybody who's on the other side dragging Jada. I'm not saying she's a saint, and we are all entitled to our own opinion. So just how my opinion is positive, everyone else is entitled to have their own opinion. So I'm not coming for anyone, but generally speaking. And that was a perfect place to make an example.
So Olivia also wants to know why now? Why now for the book? Well, it wasn't supposed to be now. I decided December 2021, and then the publishing company decided that it should come out now. But why now? December of 2021, I just felt like, I wanted to tell my journey in a way that a lot of women don't feel as though that they can.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Ruth wants to know what you learned about yourself after writing the book.
Ooh. I learned I'm a work in progress.
Aren't we all?
You know, and continuously, like I learned that there's no arriving. You know, like if I'm waiting to arrive somewhere, like, oh, you know, like I've arrived, I'm enlightened, I know who I am and what life is all about. It's like, nah. And I just learned, like, wow, life is really a journey. Like I've come a long way, but I have so much further to go. Willow, I love you so much.
I love you.
See you soon, Mama.
Have a good day and everything.
All right. Say bye.
Bye.
Love you. Hey everybody, just had to hang up with Willow. We're here with Gam Bam is in the house. She decided to hang out with me today so we could talk a little bit about Worthy. This book right here, and please everybody, I signed thousands.
Yes.
Okay,
I can attest to it. I was sitting there while she was signing.
Weeks. I signed thousands of books. Okay, so please buy one. The red button is in the corner. So great to see you on Talk Shop Live. Brian M., it's so great that you joined us for Talk Shop Live. Like now, so excited to see you. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra K., bye.
Bye, as in B-U-Y.
Yes. Get you a book. There's the red dot over there. And let me see. Like I said, I signed a bunch of them. So just make sure, please, my hands are still achy.
Well, I guess people may not have a lot of questions to ask yet because they don't have the book yet. So.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Y'all don't have the book yet. Oh my goodness, that's true, Gam. All right, that's true.
Well, so I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
How do you think that your journey can help others?
Well, I just think, I don't think that a lot of us as women really get to share the depth of our journey because it's still pretty taboo.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like I've been through the gauntlet of people saying all kinds of stuff. The gauntlet of judgment and criticism. I mean, my skin is Teflon at this point. So I really felt like I could share my journey in a really honest way that I feel like so many people, not even just women, but so many people could feel seen in areas that they feel like they might have to hide or not talk about. So that's why I really wanted to write it. And that's why I have those guidance pages along the way. So I'm not just telling you my story, but I'm also telling you like how I got through certain challenging points in my life.
Right.
And that hopefully for somebody who might feel like they're in a hopeless place or they feel stuck or they, might be inspired by a new idea.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. We are on, just so that you know, go to, we have ourworthyjourney.com if anybody wants to come out on tour. And I'll be in New York, Atlanta, Houston, Memphis,
Baltimore, DC. Come on now. Baltimore, DC. You gonna leave them for last?
No, you can go to ourworthyjourney.com and you can see the tours there. But thank you so much, everybody.
The video was almost an hour long, so I'll be back with a part 2 because they really had some amazing and positive and uplifting things to say, but it's going to take me forever, okay, to upload an hour-long video. So I will be back with part 2. I'm wishing all of you well and take care.
My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted, and I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.